Oh, the
Oh,
San
the
Ching, the three
San Ching.
purities. Yeah.
Hmm.
They're a symbol of the what we call the three treasures. I think
Sanbao.
would be one of the yeah the simplest way of thinking about it. They symbolize the Tao, the teachings, and the teachers. That's probably the most obvious level, and it's definitely the place where beginners should start. Like if we look at, for example, like Wang Kunyan's writings on this, one of the things he goes into is he goes into a discussion about the three treasures that, and he of course connects them through the to the three purities, those three deities. But what he really spends more time talking about are the treasure of the Tao itself, understanding and connecting to the Tao, cultivating the Tao, the treasure of the scriptures as a teaching, you know, as a way to learn to cultivate the Tao, and then the treasure of the teachers who are the piece that's required to unlock the scriptures. And we have to have those three treasures. So that's, I think, for a beginner, particularly, that's the place to start.
Of course, they're multivalent, and
Mm-hmm.
as is the case with most numerical things, that three can be a web of associations. And one of the interesting pieces of the Sanqing is their position in the pantheon, which also correlates directly to their position in the cosmos or in the cosmology. So they are also representations of the cosmogenesis, the very beginnings of the universe. These are the first three entities that came into being from the primordial nothingness or the chaotic nothingness of the Tao itself. And so they represent three types of qi: the yuan qi, the shi qi, and the xuan qi, the dark, the beginning, and the initial qi. So these are very early entities in the universe. We anthropomorphize them, obviously, but really, to estimate them in their truest form would be to estimate them as the colors of uh, yellow, black, and white, and they're the original issuance of qi out into the universe. They also represent that, and this is part of the thing, like, that we deal with as Taoist practitioners, is rectifying or being able to hold multiple systems of uh, symbolism or whatever at the same time. These are both deity, and they're also cosmogenesis, and they're also concept, and they're also, and they correspond to so many things that correspond to the number three. We see them arise in the Tao Te Ching chapter. The Tao produced the one produced the two produced the three. And we go from 3 to 10,000. So there isn't like the 3 to make the 9, it just goes from 3 to 10,000 because their issuance from the Tao itself provides the phenomenal universe with everything it needs to be created from that point on. So that's how we go from 3 to 10,000.